Hi Gemini, how are you? It's Sarah with Earth to Sarah Tarot. I will be doing your July love reading. So I don't know. We just had a full moon last night. I'm doing on the day that I'm doing this video. The full moon was last night, July 8th, and it was in Capricorn. It was pretty heavy. It's been a heavy time for myself and a lot of people I know. So I don't know, Gemini, maybe you can make some sense out of this. Or maybe you're having a better time than some other people. Let's see what comes up in the cards. But anyway, so I invested in some just like low budget camera equipment, a mic, and a tripod. So this will hopefully be, the audio will be better for this. Yes, also the way that I do my readings is I try to just kind of, I intuitively read the cards and different things stand out about them at different times. So I'm just not one who reads off the meanings, possible meanings, hundreds of different meanings for a card or whatever. So if this message doesn't resonate with you, I do apologize. Maybe I am not the reader for you. Or I also do highly recommend checking out your moon sign, especially in the month of July, because the sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon, and we also have Sun in Cancer right now through the month of the end of June through July. So moon signs are also our shadow side. They come out in our relationships, and it's the subconscious, more feminine, inward part. Also, your rising sign is important because that is sort of your outward appearance. All of the planetary alignments make perfect sense, you know, when you do a birth chart or whatever and you get your chart of where the planets were when you were born, it will make sense on who you are, because sometimes, you know, you say you're a Gemini, but it doesn't fit entirely with the description of everything else. No updates, sorry. It won't like match up with the description or whatever. So it's because you need to check out your moon sign and see and take the parts of it that make sense for you. And yeah. So let's get on to your love reading, Gemini, the twins. Let's see what's going on. What does the divine want us to know for the sign of Gemini? Air sign Gemini, in regards to love. What does the divine want us to know for the sign of Gemini in regards to love and relationships? Relationship guidance for the sign of Gemini. Gemini love, July 2017. Gemini love, July 2017. Gemini love. Okay, that's great. Let's get going, Gemini. This one. Oh, also, I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake, illustrations by Elizabeth Alba. I've been waiting for this deck for a really long time. It's become my new favorite deck. So, but it's also brand new. The imagery is still a little new for me. So if I have to look at the cards longer, that's just what it is. Okay, so starting off here, 2 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords. How are we looking on there? The Sun, yay. Let's see. Move these down. I'll also hold these up so you can see them closer too. The High Priestess, the Nine of Wands, there you are, the Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, beautiful way to end. And on the bottom, the Moon. This Moon, telling ya. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let me just check this out here. So it seems like whatever you were going through, you know, you might have had a rough patch where your heart was broken. There were things that you didn't see about somebody that kind of came out, and you were a little shocked, a little heartbroken. It was stuff that you didn't notice, and you know, you kind of felt like you weren't using your mind, or you're disappointed in yourself that you didn't see these things, and that you didn't like use your intellect to kind of notice it before it got this bad. So we're starting off here with the Three of Swords, which indicates a time of feeling sad, heartbroken. Right next to it is the Eight of Swords, and this is a similar feeling. However, this one is a lot more real. This is like a heartbreak, you know, somebody betrayed you, or something sad may have happened. You know, the raven in the back indicates maybe a sad message or something that was dear to your heart that hurt. The Eight of Swords, however, is a feeling of being trapped, but it's more so in your mind because there's something that you're refusing to see. So she's blindfolded, she's got her hands bound, but they're not actually bound. She could just, you know, go like this and they would release. But the swords in the ground around her indicates the misuse of thoughts, the use of thoughts to trap you rather than free you, or the lack thereof. The needle side is down. So her intellect, her mind, her communication, her thoughts are not serving her. They're trapping her. So obviously this situation was something that affected you greatly. You were vulnerable. A time of maybe feeling a little bit out of control of what's going on. However, the bird up here indicates, you know, it indicates hope and the sense that you can fly away, you can free yourself from this situation, and I see that you did. Or if you have not, the sun is following that, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful omen, beautiful card. There's not many bad things. I mean, the sun came out. But we have the moon as the sort of the below the deck, or on the bottom of the deck. So that's kind of underlying energies, and it's like there were some things that was hidden. It really forced you to, this could have been a Cancer if you were disappointed or let down by a Cancer, or a water sign, maybe a Pisces or Scorpio. But this is the sign of Cancer. That obviously came to light, and you know, you were able to see things that you were left in the dark. Do you see this? Okay. both of these cards, very dark undertones, right? This person can't see in this one, and this is indicating a nighttime. The sun's not shining. So there were things that were bothering you, maybe that you couldn't figure out about someone, a relationship, and it was like nagging at you. It was making you feel trapped. Maybe you couldn't like let an ex go, or you know, somebody was toying with you, whatever way, and it was, you couldn't figure it out. It was, you were like, what is going on here? Why isn't this working? And then all of a sudden, boom, the sun comes out, you're able to see, and you're able to now forge into a new path. Okay, so the Two of Wands, you see this person standing on the precipice of it looks like he's standing on the end of a castle or something, like his home. He's got a globe in one hand and a wand in the other, and he's clearly thinking about something, his next move, or weighing out his options, what will affect his world, how can he get to where he's going. It indicates a choice, a creative choice of some kind, an endeavor, a movement of some kind. So I think honestly, you know now that this situation, whatever heartbreak or whatever you had to go through, has definitely caused you to reevaluate your life and your situation, Gemini, but in a very good way. Because, I mean, when the High Priestess comes out with the moon, it's like secrets were revealed. I think last month we talked about needing clarity. You needed to see something that you weren't able to see. And clearly you did. The moon, the High Priestess, this is like intuition, our gut feeling. You know, maybe you had a gut feeling that something was wrong and it actually wasn't. Or, you know, I'm kind of sensing that there was an issue. You found out what was going on, and it's like giving you clarity of mind and has freed you from this, like, this darkness, right, of not knowing what's up. Your questions were answered, or you always had the answer, you just weren't looking hard enough. You're coming up here as the Queen of Swords, or you could be in a relationship with another air sign, a Libra or Aquarius, or another Gemini. But this queen in particular has been through a lot. She is one of the queens that I think has the most wisdom, because she's had it rough. She's independent and really made her way through life with her intellect, her intelligence, her experience, her sword. She's tough, you know. She has a sword. It can hurt people. And obviously you came out from this situation, you know, feeling stronger and feeling empowered. And once you know everything and the secrets are out, and you can see what's going on, you can analyze your life better, and you can like plan your next move. But when you feel like you don't know, or you're in a state of, Gemini is like, you can't analyze, or you don't have all the facts, or you don't have all the information, and you feel like people are lying to you or hiding things from you, it's really hard for you to like move forward. It puts you in a place of, you know, like this, like, what do I do next? I can't, I need to find out, you know, all the information here. Everything needs to come out, and it did. So the Nine of Wands is about somebody who has been a little beaten up, who has a backbone, who will not stand down. You see all these wands here that are sort of like on fire, yet she's still standing. It's like she's conquered all these things. So, you know, whatever issue this was here, whatever sadness has happened, you know, you have found a way to sort of work through it. You've used your intuition, or you're allowing your intuition to guide you and be, you know, a mature version of yourself so that you can protect yourself, and so that you won't let this situation take you out. You know, you may have to say some pretty harsh things to people. You may have to really stand up and have a backbone and go, hey, you know, what you did hurt me, or you're not the person I thought you were, or I was wrong. I thought you were doing A, B, and C, and it was only in my mind. Really, you weren't, and now it's clear. I see that. I was being defensive. Because you're ending here with the 10 of Pentacles, which is like a happy ending. It's fulfillment. It's success. So whatever situation happened here, it comes out for the better. So rather you had to break up with someone, or rather you had to just like get out some stuff that was lingering, you know, kind of, that happens if you've been in a relationship for a long time. There's things that, you know, you just need to put out in the open. Some of the joy starts to sort of fade, and it becomes, you know, a routine and a little combative, where you feel like nitpicking at each other and you're defending yourself and stuff. You know, sometimes we have to check ourselves and go, okay, like, how can we bring back this state of happiness? I think money plays a big role in what you can and can't do right now, Gemini. It's like, I think you're having a good time. You're having a great summer, as you should be, but the only thing, you know, that's holding you back is that you wish you had more money, or you're saving your money. And, you know, when you're in a relationship, it's important to spend your money on, you know, things that are going to surge you forward. So investing in a house, a car, starting to own things so that you can build what these people have, like pets. They have a big house. So building your assets, I think, is something that is going to be important for you this month, and surging forward for the next 4 months is to hang on to your money a little bit and start thinking about, okay, the situation I was in before didn't work out good. I'm going to think about myself now and my world and how I can better myself individually, start saving my money a little bit, and attract, you know, when I'm the highest version of myself and I'm crystal clear on what I want, and I can see straight, I can see what I want clearly, then you're able to make a game plan and move towards that. So I know if you are feeling bad, like a lot of people are right now, you know, this will pass. Look, you've got the Sun, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, the Moon, you know, is playing a role in everybody's lives right now. It's allowing us to see if we're staying in situations that are no longer good for us. We need to, you know, it's halfway through the year, okay? So people, it's time now. What have we done? What have we invested our time in? How has it gotten us towards our, you know, happiness? Are we headed in that direction? And if not, it's time to kind of start owning up to our role in things, reflecting on how, you know, we've gotten where we are and played a part. We all play a part in our own fate, right? So it's like, chances are this entire time that if you were in this relationship, or this entire time you were stressing on this thing, Gemini, you knew all along in your heart that it wasn't going to work out, but you didn't go with your gut feeling. You allowed your emotions and your lust and your passion and your optimism to sort of cover up the red flags, you know. It's like, now looking at the situation, you can see it perfectly clearly, and you can go, oh yeah, there were all these red flags, okay? I had to defend myself all the time, or we disagreed on things. There, you know, it wasn't a cohesive situation. It wasn't what I pictured, you know, to be a happy scenario, but it took for something really bad to, not really bad, but something to come out, you know, to be, these secrets to be revealed, for you to see that you were hanging on to something that wasn't good for you, that was trapping you. And now it's time to channel that money and that mind into what you really want, which is, you know, success, right? But this is forward progression. See, there's forward progression here. It's like you start off in a crappy situation, you're able to see the light and work forward. You know, this is what's amazing about this reading here, having the sun, the moon, and the high priestess, because it's like we have the dark, we have the light, we have the sun, we have the moon, right? The dark and the light. We know what's right, we know what's wrong. Our intuition is there always. It doesn't always give us the answers that we want, and so we fight that sometimes. Excuse me. Or it doesn't always give us the answers, period. But what the high priestess does is allows us to sort of initiate change. She guides us and says, you know, that little voice inside you that says, oh, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. You know, when we don't listen to that and we're hurt, we then become raw for change and experience and growth. And so she's an initiator for something. And at this time, she initiated maybe a heartbreak for you in the past, but you have learned so much from it. You've learned boundaries, what you will and won't accept. You've learned to listen to your intuition. You've learned to pay attention to the red flags. You've learned that, you know, people aren't always what they seem. And just because they tell you one thing, it doesn't mean that that's true. Also, you know, you have the duality inside you of the light and the dark, the twins, you know. So you're constantly battling like your good side and your bad side. So it's hard for you to sometimes get out of situations, because it's like part of you's like enjoys the like challenge and hecticness of things, but then there's another side of you that just wants like security and wants to kind of have your ducks in a row and not feel chaotic, you know. So yeah. It's like if you notice red flags in the beginning of a situation and you have to defend yourself, don't like invest too much time in things that that you know aren't going to work out, because you've got a lot of great things coming, Gemini. So it's like you're really coming out of your shell, and you're really finding who you are this month. And all this stuff that you've been through, all this family stuff, maybe it was family stuff, it's just like, whatever it is, you know, you just keep surrounding yourself with good people, and keep surrounding yourself with positivity. And now that you know what you know, use it. Use it in a good way. Use it to manifest happiness, and this is what you're looking at towards the end of the month, you know. Yourself feeling good, feeling sharp, feeling strong, saving money, and having, you know, a support system. But you have to be fighting for the right things, okay? It's like before, you weren't fighting for the right things. You weren't fighting at all. You were just allowing somebody to like throw swords at you, and you were kind of taking it. And that's really not like you. It was really against your natural intuition to just let somebody kind of attack you. But you picked yourself up and said, no, 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 no. So I'm proud of you for that, Gemini. Keep it up. And if you're still in this situation, just like know that each day you're going to get a little happier. Each day things are going to seem a little better. Every morning, you know, it's like when you go through a breakup and you wake up and you just have that pain in your stomach in the morning, like, it's real. I know it hurts, but like it will get better. You will get your confidence back, you know. You may be banged up a little bit, but you will still be standing, and you will you know, it's surging you towards your natural self. Somebody beat you down and didn't allow you to be who you should be and who you really are. And you can't allow people to take that away from you, you know. You can't allow people to turn your own weapon against you. So I hope that made sense for you, Gemini, and I hope you have a great month. And I'm sorry that sometimes you have to hear things you don't want to hear, or learn things, you know, things come out that don't seem so sunny and great at the time. But later on, you'll be able to look back at it all and go, yep, this all contributed to me, to who I am. And all this, you know, pain and suffering and has made me really appreciate the good, because I felt the bad. And with each bump and each bruise, you just become stronger if you allow yourself to. If you allow yourself to stay here and be a victim, you're not going to reach this sun. You're just going to stay stuck here, right? So, yeah. Anyway, namaste. So much love. Have a great month of July. Thank you.